I want to talk to you about why it's so important to take that leap of faith that you're so fucking scared to take, and why it's not even going to be a thing. Because when you step forward in your passion, in that deep inner pull, there are a million unseen hands that come and support you. All of the limiting beliefs that you have about money, about time, about who and what and why and when and how, just take that first step. And this may sound like Tony Robbins bullshit. You've heard it a million times. It's every motivational speech. But it's because those are real people who once upon a time were living in a life that didn't fit for them, or maybe did, but then they outgrew it, and they were brave enough to not only listen to what that voice was saying, but then actually take the first step. And sometimes that first step is vague. Sometimes it's, I need to get on a plane and I need to go to Iceland. And you get on the plane and you go to Iceland and you see what happens. And maybe it's not even on that trip that something transformative happens to you or for you. It's down the line. It's a later thing. It's a person you meet or an experience you had that you digest, and it takes you to the next place and the next place and the next place and the next place. And those are all really important experiences to acknowledge that guide you to where you're supposed to go. But what I want to talk to you about today, just to keep it really real and get into the personal, it's when you have that gnawing inside of you that says, I need to come home. And maybe you don't even know right now that that's home, but you do. That's not true. You know this feeling I'm talking about if this is you, and you are resisting it because it means that you're going to have to trade your old life for it. And that's really scary. And what does bravery ask you to sacrifice? Comfort. And what does comfort keep us? Comfortable. But the truth is, comfort doesn't even necessarily keep us safe. You may think that it's safer to stay in your normal day-to-day right now, but it's not the safest option. The safest option is actually the one that you're supported in. The safest option is actually the one that is calling within you. It may feel unsettling. It may bring a lot up. There may be fear. There may be, of course, discomfort, unknowns, etc. But it's the safest option because it's the one that there are literal hands just lifting your feet every step you take. It doesn't mean that the path will be clear, because there's this funny little thing that the universe likes to do where it leaves us in the unknown. That's the whole thing. We come here, we don't know who we become, what happens. We have a whole lot of life, infinite possibilities and potential. But when you have that pull, that is the only thing that I can objectively say, and I believe that if spirit could talk, it would objectively say is the right thing for you to do. You can choose many different options. And this is the conversation that keeps coming up right now about your timeline. I don't know if you've heard that, but my highest timeline, quantum leaping into my highest timeline. And I sat with that for a while because it was like something in me knew what that meant, but I really wanted to know what that meant. And what that means, and what we've come to, is if there are infinite numbers of reality happening, right? This is quantum physics, it's actual science. There are infinite realities happening right now. They're stacked, right? You're living one life like this, you take one turn, it goes like this, another turn, it goes like this, another turn, it's this, another is this. There are infinite possibilities that you could have in this life. But you get to choose which timeline you're on. You can pivot at any moment. You can take a different path. One choice completely can change the outcome of everything. And already your little choices are changing the outcome of everything for more alignment or less. It just depends. And you don't have to overthink every decision, right? You can make a grand big choice in your life that's very in alignment, and then make a lot of little micro decisions that may not be, and it will just keep guiding you along your path. You're supported the entire way. But when you take that true leap from that inner pull inside of your heart, the thing that keeps you up at night, the thing that creeps into your dreams, the thing that keeps showing itself on your phone or on TV, or keeps coming up in conversation or in song or in vision or in symbolism, signs, that's not for you to be ignoring. And it can be really easy to say, whatever, maybe it's not even real. Oh, and let me tell you that I've done that, and how disconnected I became with myself, with my people, with spirit, which I was actually in like a brutal fight with, actually telling God to like fuck off. We've since reconciled and we're doing a lot of good stuff together now, but I really didn't want to hear what was going to upheave my life, what was going to flip everything that I thought that I wanted upside down. But I found that what was truly out of love was in alignment, and what was out of attachment was just out of that comfort. And that was just keeping me small, pulling me away from my true self, my highest self. And to finish that sentence from earlier, your highest timeline. Your highest timeline that people talk about is really your highest self. It's the timeline that you choose where you actually embody everything that you came here to embody. It's where you choose bravery over comfort. It's where you choose joy over old, stuck victim stories. It's where you choose to be connected rather than isolated. It's where you choose to play instead of grind, just grind to grind. It's where you choose to be conscious instead of asleep. And to me, we only have one life. And you hear me say a lot, we're literally dying. This body is decaying every single day. You don't have this forever. You can only be you as you are once. So what the fucking fuck are we doing when we only have this one body, this one time? Who do you want to be? It's not a coincidence, the things that you're drawn to. You are drawn to the things that you're drawn to because they are meant for you, because they are teachers, because they are joy toppers, because they are connectors for you to the next step in your life. You follow your joy and you become who you are meant to become. And when you become who you are meant to become, you fall in love with yourself and your life. And you fall in love along the way. It's not like you need to realize this person, but it happens. And as it happens, it's this beautiful story of just romance. Like when you're just having like this sparkly crush and you're excited to show up to school. It's like that, being alive with yourself, just you. And it's important that you start with a desires list. Write down everything that you want, from a little maraschino cherry on top of your drink to a house in Bermuda. You get to be as small and as big as you want it to be. Don't let any desire go unnoticed. I know you're here thinking, well, then I'd just become indulgent. I'd gain weight. I'd lose friends. I'd lose my job. I'd lose my partner. There's all these things, right? Just humor me and humor yourself by making that list, and just see if you can be super honest about what you want. Nobody else has to see it. Eventually, though, I will say a fun activity is to put it on your fridge. Right now I have mine on my fridge, and one of the things is to have a juicy, sexy booty, and everybody who walks right through my front door, because that's where my fridge is, gets to see that. And I'm learning to not be shameful of my desires anymore, because our desires are, as I've said, they are for us. They are our leaders. They are the things that lead us to the next step, to our highest timeline, to our highest selves. So just start to explore and start with the small things. I'll be talking about desires probably every single time, but I just think it's really important to anchor that in, to remove the shame, and to get back in touch with us. Those are the first things that we just kind of let fly by the wayside. We put everybody else's needs first. We think it's indulgent. Whatever our beliefs are, let them go. And we'll do a tapping video on beliefs that I'll upload, because we really want to make sure that our beliefs are strong in believing that our desires show us the way, because it's the truth. So, I think that's all that wants to come through today. But remember, the biggest takeaway that's coming up right now is take that first step. There are a million unseen hands beneath your feet as you step into what you've always wanted.